Ele nga nọ na ha eme operation nụ. Oshara ma ha ga nọ ha na-eme ihe nụ na-eme.
Mmadụ ole n'afọ.
Polite ihu ga-elu gwa m. Eze
onye nke m na-anabọ kacha dị bịakwuta m Kudos. Onye buchi and eze bụ n'afọ. But others on the other hand, Otata Monday we sit at home. All the murder not to Monday. And they will see tiger. Can't work a weakness, and they will see tiger and the machine and surrender mad.
After carrying out a massive campaign on sensitization for more than 2 years now by the indigenous people of Biafra, that is the IPOB, as regards to those who are infiltrating men of Eastern Security Network, I mean the ESN, thereby using the names of the ESN and IPOB to commit some crimes from our own land, from Biafran territory. Some strong-headed elements have continued to sabotage IPOB ESN as well as Biafran restoration movements without letting up. Well, of course, the good news is that those who meant well for humanity, they never relented. Some good indigenes of the communities, of village security groups, as well as men of the Eastern Security Network, they have continued tracking those elements with the purpose of cleansing Biafra land. Such incident is what you can see here. Please take a look.
Ele nga nọ na ha eme operation nụ. Oshara ma ha ga nọ ha na-eme ihe nụ na-eme. Mmadụ ole n'afọ. Polite ihu ga-elu gwa m. Eze
onye nke m na-anabọ kacha dị bịakwuta m Kudos. Onye buchi and eze bụ n'afọ. But others on the other hand, Otata Monday we sit at home. All the murder not to Monday. And they will see tiger. Can't work a weakness, and they will see tiger and the machine and surrender mad. Must sit at home. I can they will see black and black. Onye Guyawa, Boyanabara State. Onye Quigu Punda me on lip. So I first started me in a fossoromo. Can't must sit at home. So what are our machine and the mad? Sana more game on can. I don't know now when I'm Masaya, no me fed the number. Because I don't mean that you might not buy again. I got with you.
Ele will keep one do Omaki Beggy, no tour. He will keep a advice again.
On the
Omaki begin the cause or naked the begin on tour. Advice him with Kenya.
Advising the yabo. More than one got try a cage de low. I was on some more Gaganija. Oh, you're cheating in problem, Rina.
Well, you talk about the advice again, and they can have a harbor. Hannah check over.
Ah, God forbid. Advice think about more any time, any day through you to the Baba, Unquita, more Bromo. I for the moment major.
Ask him, Kedi, on the more again, and they can have a
on the modern Ganyabo. On yet to Panoa, and yet to initiate young. Namoa Tia calling favor Paromo. Oh, on yet to Pani or so, if you must have February in a good Biafra. Also can bap. Also, this thing you know.
But it's up to Trana and maybe Biafra, and then they may have who is with Biafra came up. It's up to Traka.
Ekotagomo.
A manageable Biafra, they will mother.
You should hear one as kind of original one. Okay, which okay, the Kakashita here. Or Menka, go to receive him.
IPOB. I came manageable IPOB, okay, boom mother.
This is
Here in the name of Biafra and the name of IPOB.
You're which is
Bunde Mado. Awashi. Oye Buchi Hana Ezebunafa. Anna Shana Biafra, and Bushin them mother. Oh, we have Zirezi.
Aro.
Ele Bonda, Omaka Hane, Hana Bahanolo.
Yes, some people have continued to perpetrate this evil, to bring about crime in Biafra land in the name that they are ESN, that they are IPOB, that they are fighting for Biafran restoration. Of course, they know that they are not fighting for it. IPOB, Biafra, and the good people of Biafra entirely have spent numerous years trying to sensitize our people, trying to talk sense into their head. At this point in time, we believe that there is no one in Biafra land that doesn't know the truth. Anyone that comes out and tell you, I thought this group, they are real IPOB, I thought they were ESN. know that that person is doing this intentionally. Yes, there is no group right now, there is no individual in Biafra land at this particular point in time that doesn't know what ESN and IPOB portends. None of them. So any of them that go and commit any vice, any evil right now, cannot come and start denying that he doesn't know that it's not IPOB that he's working for. So we have come to conclusion that any of them at this particular point in time know and is intentionally engaging in that. So that is why the men of the Eastern Security Network have really decided anyone they get at this point, they know the condition they will put the person. Prior to this time, some of them that the ESN used to get and track, they used to say that they don't know that their friends deceived them to join them, thinking that this group is ESN, that they never knew. So after interrogation, and sometimes ESN and IPOB will take some time to educate them, should I use the word to rehabilitate them for some time, for some weeks, and let them go and ask them, do not go back to your bad ways again. But at this point in time, I don't think that this will be existing, because almost all these guys that are joining these gangs, they have smartphones, they are coming to social media, they have access to WhatsApp, they have access to Facebook. A lot of them equally have access to YouTube. So there is no point that they can give to say they never knew, because from the onset, any good, reasonable person knows that IPOB have a clean slate. IPOB is here to defend the people of Biafra, and as such, with ESN, they can never indulge in things like that. So anyone from now that's been tracked, I do not think that the person have the opportunity to go, because every evidence has proven and shown that these guys are doing these things intentionally. They believe that this is another way of making their money and earning their living by subjecting their own brothers, their own fellow human beings into this mess that they are putting people. Imagine where you go and take people's car that worth millions, expensive, a situation where you go and task people collecting money from them every now and then, a situation where you go and sack people from their own home, their own ancestral home, the houses they built, and you occupy it. And tomorrow you are telling people that you feel you are doing that for Biafra. Is that what Biafra portends? Is that the meaning of Biafra? Biafra means restoration of human dignity. Biafra means fairness. That is why we are doing all that we are doing. But you cannot come out and continue committing all these things. At the end of the day, you say that you felt that this group are really fighting for Biafra. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Without being told, can't you use your own common sense to know that this is what our great fathers, our fathers, our uncles fought for in 1967 because of the marginalization? Now, how come you come in this era, you start marginalizing others, your own people? You are creating a means of insecurity, and you feel, without being told, there means at this point, any one of them that is engaging in such acts knows and is intentionally doing it. And at the same time, we will not give up from advising and from saying it, speaking out, from talking on a daily basis, so that these upcoming children, teenagers, will not really say that they didn't hear. Even though they've heard our voices, the messages we are sending to them on a daily basis, on so many occasions, they have heard this campaign that IPOB is carrying. Some of them are 10 years, some of them 12, 13, 14, 15 years. These are the group of boys that they are recruiting now. They are hearing the gospel of IPOB on a daily basis. But yes, some of them are still joining them. But we must continue doing what we are doing, because these are the things that must be accomplished before we actualize the Biafra we are talking. Because from now, it is at this point that we continue sensitizing, inculcating a different life, a way of living, an understanding on these children, on this coming generation, so that as time continue progressing, as we continue growing 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years in the future, then it appears as if the message we are passing We continue sinking in them and molding their standard of living, their way of living, their reasoning. These are the things we need to do. We will not let up. We will not relent. We must continue doing these things because we are doing it for our own people. We are doing it for our own people. Sometimes I continue wondering, why would these guys, they know it's a risky job, right? They know that sometimes when they're being caught, that they will not come out. But yet, they venture into it. There are so many other things you can do. There are still there are still youths that are still sustaining, living a good life. You mustn't dabble into these things for you to feel that you are living a comfortable life. This is the message we are passing to our people. And once again, we want to discuss is as regards to issue of investment. Some people have said that they must invest back in Nigeria. Well, we are still letting you know that Nigerian situation right now is not too good as regards to investments. As so many other companies are pulling out from Nigeria, going to other parts of African countries to invest. So if you insist that you must invest, then you have to do your homework very, very clean and good. You have to understand where you are heading to. One of the areas that I might be good in investing is some parts of Biafra land. You can invest in agriculture, of course, not to that level, that standard that we bring things that are really much meaningful. So in any sector you are going for as regards to investments in Nigeria, try to be careful. Know the economy you are going to invest, and then, if possible, consult an investment advisor. The person might help you to guide you. For those who say they have some millions, those who say they have some billions that they want to invest, this is our candid advice for you. Always consult someone who knows better. Yes, this is the thing we are trying to pass to you. And following that, just like incident that used to occur on daily basis in the territory you call Nigeria, this is taking place in Kwara State. Nigerian hunter's sons shot brother dead while testing bulletproof charm bought by their father. Sometimes you'll be wondering, why would the hunters be using such type of bulletproof? Of course, the native one. That's why it is called the bulletproof charm, the native one. So he is testing it on their own children, his own children. Of course, this is what is going on. The hunter had just acquired the bulletproof before utilizing it. He wanted to test it on his sons to test its efficacy. This is that. Abubakar, a hunter's son in Kwara State, has been deleted by his younger brother Yusuf Abubakar while testing the efficacy of a bulletproof bought by their father. Record that this is a native bulletproof, okay? So I don't want to continue mentioning the name the way it is. Of course, I've mentioned it earlier. You have to understand where I'm pointing. The incident happened on Sunday in the Segogo town in Kayama, the center of the Kayama local government area of Kwara State. The hunter just acquired this protective bulletproof before utilizing it. Sources said that in the process of testing the potency of this bulletproof, the younger child, Yusuf, was fortified with a protective, and of course you know it, while the eldest was equipped with a loaded gun of his father, with which he took the fatal shots. And during the process, but by the time they could have realized what was going on, the elder brother, who was 12 years old, had already put down the younger brother, and that was the end. So what really happened next? The one of 12 years now took on his heel and ran away, entered bush. Since then, he has not been found. Well, of course, whom will you blame at this point in time? The boy or the father? I continue wondering, hunters, why going for bulletproof? Anyway, who knows what is happening in Kwara State? Of course, there could be so many reasons that they have. But I think this is some situation that went wrong. This is issue. And this is happening in the space you call the Zoological Republic. We thank you for listening. We want you to try as much as possible to hear to some of the information we are bringing to you. It will always guide you. It will save you and it will protect you, especially as regard to those who are infiltrating IPOB and ESN. They know too well that what they are doing is wrong. But why continue to do it? We thank you once again for listening. We say that it is in Biafra land that all of us have our citizenship, and until Biafra is fully restored, we will not rest. May you remain safe and blessed wherever you may be.